So, I had a couple of paddocks last year that we were in a pretty bad drought, and I really didn't just didn't make it back around to them. And I kept wondering, why didn't those paddocks produce the same as the ones around them? So the paddock I'm sitting in, the paddock these heifers are in behind me, we actually pulled the heifers off of here, and we sent them home. There were some custom grazing heifers, so we didn't touch these two paddocks. And I grazed around here one more time in January, and I noticed that every paddock around these two had twice the grass in it. And then there was a farm that I kind of did the same thing back home. I accidentally overgrazed it pretty hard in the spring. We just didn't get the rain. We didn't get the quantity I thought we were going to get. We got like a third. So we ended up being on there longer than I wanted to. And I fed some hay and different things, but we overgrazed it a little bit. So my plan was to come back in the fall. I went back over there in the fall, and it was just absolutely, we didn't grow a bale back. And I was really confused by that. But what I've learned from the book Ranching Like a 12-Year-Old from Tom, you'll have to look it up. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I got it. But it's a great book. It really helps to simplify a lot of things. It's not revolutionary, and it's, there's nothing new in there that I really haven't seen before. But there's a lot of stuff in there that he really does a great job of simplifying. So Ranching Like a 12-Year-Old, I think that's more than just the idea of making everything simple and having systems and making it all light and easy so that a 12-year-old could do it, so it's replicable. It's kind of based on the idea of like McDonald's, the multi-million-dollar business built on 14-year-olds, so I really enjoy the concept, but he does do a good job of simplifying a lot of things. Made me think about him again, and he said that if you over-rest your pastures, you're going to produce, 50% later on. And I think that's probably about right. I think we did that. I think when I over-rested these two paddocks and I over-rested that other farm, instead of hitting them again just because they didn't produce as much, we actually sacrificed production. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today. Make sure that he recaps on the three things, the big things I've got out on this book so far is, make sure that you're not coming back too soon. Make sure you're getting everything written down so you're having plenty of rest. Make sure that you're not getting that second bite. So what that means here in Missouri, in the springtime, it's growing pretty fast right now. It's, kind of beginning, middle of April. And so if we're on that same piece of grass, if cattle have the same access to the same piece of grass for 4 days, they're going to go back and they're going to start to nibble those new shoots. And that's actually going to damage the root system and stunt that grass a little bit. So it's important to rotate and get those cows off at least every 3-4 days. So that's really important. And then that third thing is don't over-rest. Make sure you've got your plan written down and you're going back and you're getting back on that grass to keep it vegetative. I'd always thought in my mind that it always meant we have to get back on the spring grass and keep it from seeding out. And that's kind of what he shows. But he also says, later on, if you don't go ahead and continue to keep up that rotation, what I learned this year is you are going to sacrifice some production if those cows aren't following that managed system. So pretty cool. If you guys like this content, definitely check out the book Ranching Like a 12-Year-Old. He's got some YouTube videos too. They're not as good as the book, but he has links in the book. So he's got a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you're going to do that before you want to buy the book. I don't think it was real cheap, but it was cheap for what you're getting. And then, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions, anything like that. We appreciate you.